This episode pissed me off beyond anything, and it was one scene that did it. Julia, are you okay? You need help? What's wrong with you, boo? Because you done lost your whole damn mind.
Welcome to the Asia Esterak Hour, where film meets conspiracy and pop culture gets a reality check. From sharp recaps to sci-fi theories and media deep dives, Asia Esterak serves it unfiltered. Let the binge begin.
All right, welcome back to the Asia Esterak Hour. I am Asia Esterak. All right, okay, The Real Housewives of Miami, Season 7, Episode 5. This episode, irritated me beyond everything. It actually was a little fillerish to me, because there were only a few good scenes, but let's go. So we open with Alexia meeting this life coach or somebody like that she met off of Instagram. They're sitting there discussing Todd and basically how she has had narcissistic energies around her, from friends to men that she's dated, married, blah, blah, blah. Alexia, you might be as slow as Evelyn Lozada on Housewives. So she's like, so I want to have a party with the ladies, you know, and because we're talking about narcissism, so we're going to do a Greek themed party. You're going to do a Greek themed party with the life coach. Talking about narcissism. Baby, you the biggest narcissist in the room. What you mean? Whatever. So, yeah. Okay. A lot of empty scenes to me in this episode. So after that, we go to the new lady, Stephanie. We get more into her personal life. I still think she's a little snobby, but I'm starting to understand her personality more. Just off of this episode, she was in a lot of scenes actually. A lot with her and her husband. We see her husband. They own a real estate group. We go to their different properties. At one point in the episode, they go to a location that they're renting, I guess. And their dogs pooped all over the floor in the bed. That was hilarious and disgusting. We go on we see Kiki's son and his friend. I guess they're incorporating Kiki more into this season. I used to really like Kiki. This shit with Gertie, I can't unsee or hear. And please don't defend her in the comments to me. Don't do that. If you're not a black person and you don't understand colorism within the black community and token motherfuckers, then don't comment on this shit because you don't know what you're talking about. So Kiki, glad you're good. Glad you're having a relationship with your dad. I'm good though. I'm good. You always looked amazing. You always look amazing. You look great in this episode, but whatever. We see Adriana at least twice in this episode. We need more of her. Because Adriana seems to be voice of reason sometimes. And I really need to hear her take on the show, on this whole Julia and Gertie thing. So, okay, so Gertie meets up with Alexia later on in the episode. And this scene bothered me because it shows what type of person Alexia is. So Alexia and Gertie are talking about what happened at Marisol's wedding dinner. And here's what gets on my nerves. So Gertie is Alexia is telling Gertie basically that she's too much. And then in the confessional, she's like, this is why everybody has a problem with her, because she's too much. No, you're too much. You know what's funny? She didn't even mention Julia's behavior at the wedding ceremony. She was hyper focused on Gertie. So my friend Tatiana, I love her, and she has such a great point of view when it comes to Housewives and the mixed cast. And she's like, I don't like when they mix the cast because there's always some colorist or racist stuff going on. Well, there's colorism even when the cast is all one color, but it's even worse when it's a mixed group of ladies. The fact that she would sit down with Gertie and basically hold Gertie's feet. Gertie didn't do nothing wrong. Gertie responded She was reacting to everything that was being thrown at her in that scene. And I was just kind of blown away by that. And Gertie relents, apologizes. They're cool and they're kikiing. And I would have walked out of that restaurant. I'd have been like, Alexia, you're so far off and out of pocket. Were you not there? Were you not there? It's funny too because Alexia, you sit up on this high horse, you and Marisol, when both of you bitches ain't shit. First of all, Marisol, you're fucking drunk. Let's start there. And I don't know what you do for a living. And it seems like everything Leah Black said about your ass in the earlier seasons appeared to be true. Alexia, same with you. The shit that Leah said about you appears to be true. You sit on this high horse like your shit doesn't stink. Girl, your whole track record is trash. Your first husband was a drug dealer. Your second husband was gay. This third husband, it seemed like he don't like you. It seems like it's giving scammer energy. You have a shitty ass older son, which I think is the reason you'll never find a man that really likes your ass, because you put your shitty ass son before everybody. I'm not saying you shouldn't put your kids first, but your son Peter is trash. Your son is a direct reflection of you and your parenting. So you ain't got it. And then for you, and this time I know that you ain't shit, because for you to sit at that wedding, dinner, whatever, and to bring it back to Gertie is crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. I was sitting here on this couch fuming like, Gertie, you're better than I ever could be, because there's no way I would sit there and let this bitch sit here and play in my face like that. Play in my fucking face. Listen, you deem me the angry black lady? Now I'm about to fucking show you what angry black lady is. That shit irritated me. Oh my God. So at one point in the show, there's a hurricane. It's brief. Whatever. So we're building up to this Alexia party. There's a few filler scenes before that, but let's get to the meat. So Julia and Gertie sit down. When I tell you, I was in here trying not to scream, not trying to wake my neighbors up. So Julia and Gertie meet at this restaurant. First of all, Gertie gave me Tank Girl Sin City realness with that outfit. She had on like this little tube top with these high-waisted underwear, brief underwear, whatever, and this like all mesh outfit with these it was hooker chic, as Jill Zarin would say, hooker chic. It was cute though, but it was very like, I loved it. So she comes in, they sit down, they start talking about what happened. Julia says to Gertie, you hurt me because I thought you were my friend, and for you to bring information that I only told you about my facelift to the girls group was not okay. You started it. She was responding to you because you were attacking her. So Gertie says that. She's like, I said that because of what you were saying to me. Like, you kept coming at me at the table, and that's why I let that out. Gertie, because she's a lovely, classy woman, immediately apologizes for what she said. Julia wants to walk all around the motherfucking mulberry bush, and then eventually she apologizes, but it was a half-assed apology. The fact that you gaslit Gertie at this dinner, lunch, whatever, don't own your shit, and then made it about her talking about your facelift. You were implying that I'm a bad wife. Bitch, you are a bad wife. You are. You're a bad wife. You're a bad person. The fact that you doubled down in this bullshit is crazy to me. That's just crazy to me. And what's funny, Gertie, I wish I had Mystique's powers from fucking X-Men, because girl, I would have morphed into you and I would have laid into her ass. You let her off way too easy. I would have given her the business. Fuck your apology. You don't mean it. You were fucking wrong. Let's start there. I shouldn't have brought that out, but you provoked me, and it is what the fuck it is. In war, there are no rules. And she made it personal when she started getting nasty with Gertie at the table. I can't believe that Julia sat there and once again made it about her. You know what, Alexia, you was right. You do need to have this narcissist party, because there's a couple of y'all in there. Mainly everybody. I think the only one that's not a narcissist is probably Gertie and probably Adriana. I say her name different every week. But I'm just sitting there like in disbelief. Like, Julia, you are the dizziest bitch in the land. Oh my God. Just... And the reality is, this just shows how vain and disgusting you are. You were mad because it got out that you were getting a facelift while your wife was getting chemo. And you didn't want to reschedule your facelift to go be with your wife, because that's really what that shit is about. That's what it gave. That's what it's giving. And Martina, of course, is going to back you up because that's your wife, but I'm sure she felt some type of way. I would. And clearly you do, Julia, because you're upset. You're out of everything that was said at that table, that's the main thing that you were mad about. You brought up all the bullshit prior to that. So what was all the anger prior to her saying the facelift comment? You're full of shit. You're full of shit. Good night. Good night. Anyway, so we get to this party. I forget where they had it at. It was a very beautiful setup. Of course, Alexia is there first with the guy. The ladies are all meeting up in this Sprinter van, dressed in their dress Grecian down. Everybody looked great. So of course they get to this Sprinter van. They're all in there waiting, and they're all waiting for Lisa. Lisa, we know, is always late. 2 hours go by. So Stephanie, before Lisa gets there, Stephanie's in the van, irritated. I would have been irritated too. Number one, I'm not waiting 2 hours for you. I'm not waiting 2 minutes for your ass, let alone 2 fucking hours. I can't believe they waited. I'd have left her and be like, meet us at the spot. That's crazy. So Lisa finally gets there, looking like ChatGPT made her. She looks like an AI robot. Lisa, you don't even look like a real person. You look like you're fictional. You act fictional too. So she gets in the Sprinter van. Hey, ladies, you guys all look great. Hey. Stephanie goes, she goes, you're 2 hours late. Do you think that your time is more valuable than ours? Stephanie wasted no time getting Lisa's ass together. So Lisa's like, who are you to talk to me like that? You're new. What does that have to do with the fact that you made them wait 2 hours for your ass? And what's funny is Stephanie goes, so Bravo flashes back to one of the reunions where she was late getting out on the stage. That shit was hilarious because Andy was like, no, you're late. Sit down. Andy was like, we're not celebrating you. Sit down. We're waiting. We're not waiting. We waited for you. But it was funny because Stephanie was like, are we supposed to celebrate your grand entrance? She was getting Lisa together. Lisa couldn't handle that. That is not okay. You can't talk to me like that. She actually can. She can talk to you like that. You made them wait 2 hours. She was in the van too. Is she not allowed to comment on that? The level of entitlement of some of these people blows my mind. Lisa, you get on my nerves. This episode felt filler. It actually felt very fast. But Gertie, these group of ladies don't like you, and it's giving jealousy because nobody else got shit going on. From what I see, the only people that got shit going on is you, Gertie, the new lady, Stephanie. That's all I see. Adriana, I don't know what she has going on. I don't even want to throw her in the mix. I won't even throw Kiki, who I can't stand anymore, in the mix either. But the rest of you ladies that love to hate on Gertie, what do y'all have going on? Because Alexia and Marisol, your wealth is adjacent to whoever you're banging. Julia, we know you ain't got shit going on. Larsa got a whole lot of everything going on. Lisa, Gertie, this group of ladies is not a safe group for you. You got gaslit twice in this episode by people that you consider a friend. And it pains me that she apologized when she didn't even really have to do that. She didn't do anything wrong in that scene. It is irritating to me. That is so irritating. I think Stephanie is going to end up being a good addition. I had a lot to say about her last week, but just that little bit in the van, homegirl didn't come to play. Homegirl didn't come to play. As long as you're not leading with the labels and all that shit, I think she might end up working out well in this group. I can't wait for the reunion. The fact that Julia, you know what? You ain't gonna ruin my Thursday with your goofy, slow ass. Anyway, this was an interesting episode. Gertie, these ladies don't like you. They're not your homies. Don't tell them your business. Don't trust Kiki. You continue to do you. Because remember, while they were all last week bitching and talking shit, you were at the New York Stock Exchange ringing the bell, being about that life. Anyway, another interesting episode. It's Thursday. It's hot here in Maryland. We had a big thunderstorm last night. Anyway, be nice to each other. Stay hydrated. And let's get this money.